Yes, thank you, President. I would firstly like to thank the shadow rapporteurs. That a report of this scale has received no plenary amendments shows this is truly a report of the Employment and Social Affairs Committee, and a report I believe that we can all be proud of. I would also like to thank the Commission for their close cooperation and the Portuguese presidency for making social policy a priority for its presidency. We face a huge challenge in Europe. This challenge, of course, is one of fairness. It's about lost potential, the inability to live a life free from the charity of others, a life free from discrimination, poverty and social exclusion. Our objective is clear. We want to expand opportunities so that nobody, whatever their background or circumstance, is left behind. The vision of Europe must be freedom and opportunity for all, increasing opportunities and incentives to work, while strengthening the safety net for those who are unable to work. In 2007, the facts are chilling. 72 million European citizens continue to live in poverty. 8% of all people in the European Union now suffer from in-work poverty. These are truly shocking statistics. But what do they actually mean? They mean that 1 in 6 citizens are now living below the poverty line. 1 in 6. I don't think many people will believe that this was possible in 2007, 50 years after the Treaty of Rome, 50 years of economic growth, and yet 10% of people are in households where nobody has a job. By any measure, poverty remains one of the greatest social problems challenging Europe, and reducing social exclusion must be at the heart of our policies. In some areas, we are succeeding, but we must be frank. In the majority, we are not. The gap between the rich and the poor in many EU member states is only increasing. The elimination of income-related poverty must again be a priority for member states, but for the 1 in 6 who live in financial poverty, there are many more that are excluded from society for other reasons. We have to recognise that for many families, for many individuals even, there are problems more complicated than simply low income. Barriers to opportunity are complex. More than anything else, early intervention is crucial. Prevention, of course, is better than cure. In the UK, we know that the daughter of a teenage mother is 3 times as likely to become a teenage mother herself. We know that sons with a convicted father are over 4 times more at risk of being convicted of a crime than those with a non-convicted father. And that, yet, in many areas, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. We must look at how EU countries, other EU countries, deal with these issues and learn from them. We must share best practice more effectively. Finland, for instance, has introduced a holistic, sustainable approach that's been incredibly effective in reducing the number of people that are homeless. Denmark, meanwhile, is implementing new policies that improve the quality of life of long-term rough sleepers, rather than having the sole aim of integrating the individuals into mainstream society. And in Belgium, people who have experienced poverty are working with social workers to help them better understand the needs of poor people. But it's not always unemployment that causes poverty. In-work poverty is a problem as well. That's why I have called for an exchange of best practice in the provision of a decent working minimum wage through member states. At least 5 EU member states don't even have one. Equally, we must push all member states to adopt a living minimum income for all. Member states must do more to prevent exploitation of vulnerable workers as well, to make sure disabled and older people have a way into employment, do more to prevent trafficking, to safeguard the rights of asylum seekers, to ensure equal access to health care and community services for all, to destigmatise people with mental health problems, to promote a more constructive approach to drugs and alcohol. These are but a few of the issues this report has addressed. Europe's vision must be freedom and opportunity for all. That is why it is so important to look at setting up mechanisms at a European level so that exchange of best practice becomes a reality.